The first WTA Premier Final of the year is here as Naomi Osaka and Victoria Azarenka square off for the title. Will Naomi add yet another big trophy to her cabinet, or will Azarenka capture her first tour title in over 4 years? I'll look further into this matchup and give my picks of who I believe will win here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today. Naomi opened up against tricky Czech woman Karolina Muchova, who pushed the Japanese woman to 3 sets. Osaka, of course, came out on top with the score 6-7, 6-4, 6-2. She next took out Diana Yastremska in surprisingly convincing fashion 6-3, 6-1. Next, she took out Anett Kontaveit in a roller coaster quarter, winning 4-6, 6-2, 7-5. Lastly, in the semis, Osaka beat 14th seed Mertens 6-2, 7-6. Vika faced a seeded player right off the bat, dispatching of Donna Vekic 2-3. She continued her great form against Garcia, beating her 6-3, 7-6. The third round saw her play another French woman in Elise Cornet, Azarenka getting by her 6-4, 7-5. In the last 8, Azarenka defeated crafty Ons Jabeur 7-6, 6-2, and in the final 4, she recovered from losing her lone set of the tournament to take out Jo Konta 4-6, 6-4, 6-1. Looking at the head-to-head between these two women, Osaka leads it 2-1, winning their last meeting in 2019 at the Roland Garros second round. That match was by far their best, with the Japanese woman barely scraping by in 3 tight sets. Naomi also dispatched Vika at Rome in 2018, but Azarenka did the same to her back at the 2016 Australian Open. Both players are well accomplished at 2 majors apiece, but Azarenka, being the more experienced, leads in career titles and prize money. Naomi's ranking is 49 spots ahead, much because of Vika's subpar results prior to this event. Matter of fact, she hadn't won a singles match in over a year, with all 5 2020 wins coming at the Western and Southern Open. Looking at Vika's keys to the match, she needs to first dictate the baseline rallies. Azarenka, at her best, is in control of the points, which is something she's been able to do all tournament. If you look back at her struggle matches these past 3 seasons, Azarenka had very poor court positioning and was always at the response of her opponent. She definitely cannot do this against Osaka, as the 4th seed thrives off of controlling the points. Next, Azarenka should try to rush Osaka in a sense, especially to her forehand. This point plays into my next 2, which is to avoid hitting vague corners. Naomi actually likes being slightly on the run and enjoys hitting shots out wide. Thus, Vika would do well to go hard and up the middle, because when Mertens did this, she extracted numerous errors and was highly successful. Next, Azarenka should keep decent pace on both her first and second serves, because oftentimes those speeds drop, which allow her opponents to get the initiative. Lastly, and most importantly, Victoria has to capitalize on her opportunities. In their Roland Garros match, Azarenka was up 6-4, 4-2, 30-15 and held a commanding grip on the match, but a drop in her level plus a rise in Naomi's turned everything around. Osaka's clutchness was seen even in her semifinal match, as she saved 18 of 21 break points versus Mertens. Many of those break points came in the crucial 9th game of the set, and if Mertens grabbed that game, the match would have likely gone 3. Moving over to Osaka herself, Naomi needs to work on her ball toss. It seems like such a minor point, but that inconsistent ball toss caused a lot of problems for her and actually contributes to the next point of first serve percentage. Because of the shaky ball toss, Naomi missed quite a few first serves, which allowed Mertens into many of those rallies. In the first set, which she won handily 6-2, Naomi hit 60% of first serves in. In the second set though, that number dropped to 44%. Another mini point that could be brought up is for her to switch up her first serves by maybe hitting some topspin or kick ones to start, because it throws her opponents off guard even more. The third key for Naomi is to target the Azarenka forehand. There's no secret that Vika's backhand is far superior, but her forehand is more susceptible to break down under pressure. When she has time on that side, she's okay, but when she's rushed or on the run, she falters. This plays into the last point here, which is to get those balls into the corners of the court. As I said previously, Vika does well when she's able to dictate points and has time, but when put on the stretch, forced to be defensive, not so much. Osaka must continue to swing freely as she's done all tournament and not let up, because Konta did exactly the latter and was sent home packing. For my final match prediction, I have Naomi coming through in 3 sets. Since her very first match, she was my pick, and that of course hasn't changed. The thing with Naomi is that while she's been pretty solid all tournament, in almost every match, she experienced a drop in play, which is why I believe Azarenka will take a set. The Belarusian is very capable of taking one more, as she's been excellent in all of her matches, but despite her stature, I believe this final may be too much for her. Azarenka, like I said earlier, hasn't won a title in 4 years, and a lot has happened within that span of time. This would be her first championship as a mother, and first after her injuries and custody battles, which kept her off the court for an extended period of time. It's quite possible, like with Serena Williams, she feels that pressure of finally managing a title after all the adversity. Nobody has had a bigger smile on the court this week than Vika, as she's expressed how grateful she is to even be winning consecutive matches. I'm sure she wasn't even thinking about actually playing for the title prior to this week, so we may see a change in attitude and play as a result of this surprise. Regardless of what happens, both women should be proud of themselves this week, as first Azarenka completely turned things around after many doubts and struggles. Then of course with Naomi, her incredible stance and dealing with all the pressure in her semifinal win. This sounds cliche, but win or lose, both Osaka and Azarenka are winners here. That's all for this match preview, and do you feel that Osaka will win, or will Azarenka prove me wrong and take the title? Let me know whether you agree with my picks and predictions in the comment section below, and subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post new content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today.